Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today we're taking a break from the Coda weapons and we're gonna try one of the other new weapons that were released with the latest update. To be more specific, we're checking out Riot-848. This is a very cool fully automatic secondary that does pure puncture damage with 26% crit chance, 2.2 times crit multiplier, and a 26% status chance. The reason it's cool is because the bullets embed into whatever they hit, and when you reload it rips them out, causing a blast explosion before sucking them back into your magazine. So not only does the weapon have a very cool unique mechanic, it also has infinite ammo. The way to get it is pretty straightforward. You simply need to play the Solstice Square stage defense mission where there's a chance to drop on rotation A, B and C, and there's also a PT system in place, so even if you get unlucky and you don't get the blueprint, you get currency which you can then use to buy the blueprint from the Hex Syndicate. So let us give it a shot, shall we? That looks very cool. Oh, I like it. Ooh, that's very much a pew-pew kind of thing. Alright. Decent fire rate. Seems to be very accurate as well. Doesn't seem... Whoa. What was that? Doesn't... What? I am confused. There's supposed to be an explosion here. I don't think it's exploding. Oh, it happens on a reload. Okay, that's sick. Let's back into the... Oh, that is a sick unique mechanic. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to this. I am drawn towards Cascadia Empowered because of the base damage. It's really, really low. Like, the actual shot has 12 damage, the explosion has 48. That's not a lot. A little bit of base damage, some multi-shot, Lethal Torrent, and I want, where is it, Anemic Agility, because I want as much fire rate as possible, because we don't have to worry about ammo, and we kind of want to empty out the mag as fast as we can. Oh, I almost forgot, Pistol Elementalist gives a reload, that fits in perfectly. So we're gonna have a 0.8 second reload, that is fabulous. For now, we'll just slap in a little bit of heat. Alright boys, here's the plan. Blurt out the mag as fast as possible. And then explodify everything with the reload. Yes! That's so cool. We might need a different arcane to scale the damage up a little bit more. I don't think Empowered's doing an awful lot. This might be a wee bit of a challenge. The damage is definitely on the lower end. Yeah, that took 4 zones to max out. Most weapons take 2. Let's get a V right here, yes. Little bit of a refinagling here. You can go here, I guess. I don't think Empowered's doing enough, so I think we will try Enervate instead. How much would we get from Pistol Gambit, actually? 74.6? I think I would rather stick to Enervate, so let's get some crit damage. Hold up, let's actually try Elements first. We have a few options here, but I think Corrosive is gonna be the best. Elementalist for the status damage and reload speed, and then, I guess, Prime Target Cracker? Yeah, that's not great. Unfortunately, we need to be a little bit more serious here. We can't just mess around, as it turns out. So let's put on another forma and then try and figure out something better. I know some people don't like to show this kind of stuff, you know, when they just kind of like do the wrong thing, but that's just what happens sometimes. Now, because this is a projectile weapon, I have a sneaking suspicion that Galvanized Shot is going to be multiplicative, which is going to be an enormous damage increase. Yeah, this is the way, I think. This is a night and day difference. Now, the reason I didn't run Galvanized Shot to begin with is because I wanted to focus on the explosion from the reload, and Galvanized Shot or Condition Overload generally doesn't work with explosions. And that's that. 1D coming right up. For now, let's just run Scorch. Oh, things are happening. Things are definitely happening, my dudes and dudettes. Now we're getting somewhere. I don't know how much damage the explosions are doing from the reload, but at least the primary fire is actually doing damage now. Oh, good Melted Torment. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, this thing is terrible against Overguard. I'm getting absolutely clowned by Eximus units, so we're actually gonna switch Scorch for Magnetic Might. We will lose a bit of status, but we will get a bunch of extra crit damage. Okay, this is feeling much better, even versus the Corpus. The Magnetic is definitely helping here a lot. DPS is still solid. It's not mind-blowing or anything, but, you know, not too shabby. It does the job. I just briefly want to try out Acuity, because I have a feeling it could be really good. Something like this, I guess. The extra cold's gonna be nice for the crit damage. This is probably the way to do it. Like, yeah, we're easily hitting in the hundreds of thousands on weak point hits. The thing that bothers me about this setup is that I'm having considerably less fun. If you want maximum damage, something like this is probably the way to go, but not for me. This completely sucked all the fun out of this gun, so I am getting rid of it. I do quickly want to try and lean into the AoE side of things, so we're gonna switch to gas for a moment. This is probably the best version of the build if you're able to customize the rest of your setup around it. Like if you have armor strip and maybe nourish, this is definitely the way to go. I do think corrosive is much better on its own though. I honestly don't think my video style is correct for this weapon, because it doesn't let the weapon shine. I feel like this weapon would be absolutely amazing if you combo it with a frame that has a grouping mechanic like Nidus or Korra. So you group the enemies together, you fire an entire mag into them, and then you cause a massive detonation as you rip all the bullets back at once. Alright, so something like this. We slurp them all together with larva, like so, fire out the mag, and boom. Yep, that's how you want to do it. That's how you want to do it. That, I think, is the best use of this weapon. So, here is what we ended up with on the Riot-848. We have Hornet Strike for base damage, Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot, Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot, Prime Target Cracker for crit damage, and our crit chance is taken care of by our Arcane, which is secondary Enervate. Next on the menu we have Galvanized Shot for status chance and Condition Overload, which is followed by Magnetic Might for magnetic damage, which helps tremendously with Overguard, and it also gives us a little bit of extra crit multiplier on top. And we finish it off with Pistol Pestilence and Jort for corrosive damage and status chance, though if you have reliable armor strip in your setup somewhere, you could run Gas or Blast instead. This is an absolutely excellent weapon if you can combo it with the right setup. If you have a frame that can group enemies together and you have reliable armor strip, this thing will absolutely destroy Steel Path. It's not terrible on its own, you can absolutely run Steel Path with it, but it is much better if you can combo it with the right stuff. Alternatively, you could go down the Acuity route, focus the weapon more around crit damage, and then treat it as just a highly accurate fully automatic pistol. So my verdict here is going to be this. If you're able to run this with a setup that can group enemies together and has reliable armor strip, this thing is a definite yes. But it's more of a tentative maybe if you're more like me and you tend to run a single frame that doesn't necessarily have good grouping potential. The weapon just works a lot better if you can help it out a little bit. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Then I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time, bye bye.